Hey everybody, it's Ashley Ray from Let's Talk Race Style. This video is going to be about voting. It has come to my attention time after time, actually for like the last 2 months, that people really don't understand the voting system. So before I go into a rant, I am going to discuss the presidential election and how a vice president and a president are actually elected in the United States. Okay, so the presidential election in the United States is based off of electors or chosen from electors, okay? The process of using electors comes from the Constitution. Each state gets as many electors as it has members of Congress and in the House of Senate. Michigan, because that's the state that I am in, has 16 electors, okay? It's not the process of just, oh, I'm going to vote, my one vote equals, this. No, that's not how it goes, okay? So when Donald Trump was elected, he won the electoral votes because we have an electoral college, okay? Hillary Clinton actually won the popular vote. So people, can we please stop making these posts asking people, are they going to vote now? And this is what happens when you don't vote. This is not what happens when you don't vote. Actually, like literally 45, Donald Trump won for 3 different reasons. The first reason being our election was tampered with by the Russians, which is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. Our election was tampered with by the Russian government because Donald Trump is their friend. The second reason, white women, 48% of them, not the 52 that we actually thought, but still that's a super duper high number. 48% of white women voted against their own interests. They voted for Donald Trump. The third reason why he won is because in the United States, for the presidential election, we select a winner by the Electoral College. That's it. So you can stop blaming, please stop blaming black people about voting, please, because I just don't understand, like, how much more do you want black people to do for America? Seriously, please stop making these posts saying this is what happens when you don't vote. This is not what happens. We actually got cheated out of election. Actually, I'm sure we've been cheated out of election before, i.e. Al Gore. However, that's not what we're talking about right now. You can go look that up if you like. But that is not the reason. Also, in Michigan, they threw out about 75,000 votes saying they didn't select, the people voting didn't select a party. So they threw them all out, which basically sounds like they threw out all of the Detroit votes. But that's neither here nor there. But just think about that. That's just in Michigan. Just in Michigan alone. We already know that plenty of states, specifically the southern states, are known for suppressing votes, i.e. Georgia. So you can't, there's just a lot of factors that play into this voting situation. And listen, it's not pretty. And we know it's not pretty because politics aren't pretty. Politics are pretty dirty, actually. You know what I mean? So let's not act like we're brand new to this. You know you're supposed to go out and vote, or you know that that's something that you want to do or participate in. So that's fine. You do that. You go and vote. But stop trying to shame people into voting and stop trying to blame black people for Donald Trump being in office. We are not to blame for him being in office. And someone told me, well, statistics say that if more black voters would have come out, then he wouldn't have won. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know why? You know why that's bullshit? One, whomever said numbers don't lie is a idiot, because who controls the numbers, right? I hate that I have to get like this in these videos. I'm going to do better trying to control myself. But People control numbers. People dictate the numbers and create statistics, right? Right. So guess what? Numbers can be manipulated, and we know that that is a fact. So numbers do and can lie, depending on, whose team you're really on. The second reason is our election was tampered with. So that has nothing to do with us. And if you really want to know, I already feel like most of what we have been taught is a lie. For example, last year around this time, well, not exactly around this time, it was like the first week of May, I went to the NAACP's Fight for Freedom dinner. And of course, there are politicians there, So I'm talking, networking, ran into a couple of people that I know. So we were discussing like who the candidates were going to be for 2020. And literally, I was told that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were going to be the candidates for the Democrat Party. And I'm like, what? Don't say that, because that in my mind, that just ruins everything for me. Like that just solidifies that everything that we have ever been taught, or to believe in within the physical world is an actual lie. And here we are. Joe Biden is definitely the Democratic nominee. I don't believe he has selected a vice president yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to select a woman. And if he selects Kamala Harris, I'm going to lose it, because again, that just solidifies that everything that we've ever been taught is a lie. So anyway, back to the original topic. No matter who's been in office, things have pretty much been the same for Black people. Some things may have been different in the economy depending on, what was going on in the world. Yes, but for the most part, we always make a way. We do what we have to do. We're natural survivors. Like literally, that is our strongest point, being able to survive in this world that has been totally set up to be against us. So the last thing we need is people trying to shame other people into voting or accusing people of not voting and that being the reason for Donald Trump being in office. As I said, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but that's not the system in which we vote upon. And if you really want to know, in my opinion, your voting for your local government is way more important. For example, Rashida Tlaib is a member of Congress. Right now, she's somebody that I literally voted for because I'm in her district. So with that being said, she's doing everything that she said she was going to do and then some. And she is the direct connect to who creates our policies and things that happen within Michigan. Same thing with Governor Whitmer. I voted for her. She is the governor of Michigan. She is literally doing everything that she said she was going to do. And she's been handling the quarantine situation way better than I expected. I feel like she's been looking at all spectrums as far as safety and health of the people and making sure that Michigan citizens that are being laid off are still able to pay their bills and are still able to live. Like she has literally changed how unemployment is distributed and the qualifications for unemployment, along with food benefits and health care from the state. And some people, as you all have seen on the news, have a little issue with that because they're crazy as hell. Like we are in no condition to open things back up in the world. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the United States, but I'm going to say in Michigan. Like we're doing a good job of bringing the statistics down as far as coronavirus, but we need to keep it that way. But on top of that, like if you guys have ever done any research on the Spanish flu or read any books that took place during the time that the Spanish flu was around, which was 1918, and then it kind of like died off in the summer of 1919 But there were rounds of the Spanish flu. And eventually people's immune system like built up against it. I'm sorry if I'm getting nasally, guys. Eventually people's immune system built up to it. But round 1 was terrible of the Spanish flu, and round 2 was even worse. So if they open up everything prematurely, round 2 is going to be a killer. Literally a killer, you know? So you just got to be cautious with that. But anyway, I didn't mean to get off topic, but I feel like that's important since we're talking about voting and, you know, things going on in the world and how the voting process affects us. So with that being said, I'm very happy that I participated in the voting for my local government, and I participated in the voting for the presidential election as well. But, you know, you have to know what you're talking about somewhat before you guys go making these posts and comments and things. Like, I don't know everything. I look up as much information as I possibly can, depending upon the subject matter. But, you know, you guys got to give it a rest because you're kind of looking crazy out here. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page, Ashley Ray TV. And also check out my blog, letstalkraystyle.com. And I'll see you all soon. Stay safe. Stay at home. Happy quarantine. I hope you're getting some rest. Smooches.